Biggs here from YouTube, and we are going to be talking about the one and only internet computer. We're going to be going over at a very high level what's going on with this Sam Bankman-Fried. How long can the authorities actually hold them for? And we'll be going over some ecosystem stuff and charts in this video. So welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into the top 15 NFT projects here on Internet Computer. Big shout out to IC Stats as always. Follow them on Twitter at IC Stats. Great way to get some bearings on what's going on within the Internet Computer. You can see that the top 15, there are a lot of cool projects. All my favorites: Bitcoin Flower, D-City, Cubetopia, of course, ICP Flower. The whole Flower project kicks ass. But we are looking at ICP Monster Punks, which I've never heard of. Apparently 81 of these things have sold in the last 24 hours at 1.74 ICP a pop. D-City and Cubetopia Islands are starting to kind of pick back up in the last 24 hours. That's interesting. Pineapple Punks is down here. Now, I do believe Ludo mentioned, don't take my word for it, you're going to have to check his Twitter, that if you are holding some sort of Pineapple Punk, you will get a cherry punk when they drop. So, full disclosure, I own 10 Pineapple Punks. Let's move on to the next thing. So this is something that I'm very interested in. I love these stats to just be able to look at this, because we can see that over half the supply, half the total supply is staked in the NNS. 53, almost 54% of ICP is staked. So, oh man, I am excited. I hope the next bull run we see like the most gigantic short squeeze that has ever happened. So that's pretty cool. I'm digging it. We got a tweet, folks. We got a tweet out of the one and only Dominic Williams, and he makes kind of a good point here, especially dfinity being a not-for-profit organization. Dom goes on to say, I met someone at the London Crypto Conference this week who said their Layer 1 blockchain company bought their own token to support the price for users. And dfinity, a Swiss not-for-profit foundation, should do the same for ICP. Didn't take them too long to figure out that wasn't a good idea. Says, no, we don't manipulate markets. And really, when, you know, there's 2 points that I want to make here. 3. One, I agree with Dom on this. I don't think dfinity should be buying back the tokens. Number 2, if dfinity is a not-for-profit organization and then buying back the token to prop up the price to increase the value, I mean, what business are you in then? 3, you know, when you see that big buys being made, things like that, it's kind of like an artificial I don't know, prop up of the coin. So I mean, I get what he's saying here. Again, for a not-for-profit organization to be doing that, I get it. I agree with them. We got BitBoy Crypto, folks. People like this are the problem. If crypto is such a house of cards that one person naming an exchange can crash it, then we have massive problems. He's absolutely right. And I mentioned this on my Twitter handle the other day. I said, you know what exchanges I'm going to recommend to people after this bear market? The ones that actually survived without incident. That's what I'm going to be recommending. But he goes on to say, these are the people that want to ride a massive Ponzi until the end as long as it benefits them. I'll take the truth and what's real. And here we go. And now Crow is crashing. Why diss the name, the exchange, BitBoy? Could that message go out without naming the exchange? What am I missing? And yeah, he responded, I mean, this is fair game. It is what it is. So, you know, I dropped a little banger of a tweet the other night. And actually, this was last night. I said, think of how far crypto has come this last week, folks. It's been insane. And when we think about crypto on a bigger picture, yes, the FTX crashing is absolutely devastating. It doesn't look good for the entire industry. Man, where do you even start to explain what's happened the last 2 weeks in crypto? Where do you start to explain what happened to the average Joe? But when it comes down to it, yes, FTX was kind of this black swan event. And the other caveat to that is this was almost one of the best things that happened in crypto since the all-time highs about a year ago. Think about that. We have ridded the crypto industry of stage 4 cancer. And a lot of people agreed. A lot of people agreed. It was insane. So you guys can see that I went on to say we are the regulators of this space, bar none, because we are. This is street justice. This is everybody acting as a DAO when we stand up to all this BS that's happening in the space, especially all this fraudulent stuff happening. And then I just wanted to give a big shout out to BitBoy and Crypto Wendy, because when it comes down to it, these two were aggressively hammering the whole FTX legislation stuff at the beginning. That's where I got my information from on the whole situation. And then look where this thing bloomed to. I mean, we would have never thought that after discussing this crooked legislation that Sam Bankman-Fried wanted to impose on all of us, that it would end up with FTX collapsing. People losing billions of dollars, exposing so much fraud. Oh my goodness gracious. Sam Bankman-Fried is under supervision according to Cointelegraph in the Bahamas, looking to flee to Dubai. I think he might actually make it to Dubai. And reason is, I don't know what the the police situation with the legal justice system looks like down there, but this man has the power to pay off anybody he wants to get wherever he wants, especially right now. And when I was looking over some of the criminal codes and stuff like that in the Bahamas, really there are certain things, there's certain things that only that restrict the authorities from really holding on to a person more than a period exceeding 48 hours. So, I mean, this just came out 19 hours ago. We don't know anything if this is even true, really, and we don't really know when this timer starts. So it wouldn't be surprising to me to say, hey, you know what? He got out, he flew to Dubai, whatever. Don't forget, Caroline is in Hong Kong, allegedly, and she has access to absolutely millions and millions of dollars. We are seeing crypto bubbles just kind of look blah today. Not any crazy negatives, but we got some bangers here. TWT, never heard of it. GMX, AXS. We got Cardano down. We got XLM down. eGold's down. Everything is down. ICP, where is it? It is up 3% to my surprise. But Solana, Crypto.com, these are going to be hurting. I really hope that Crypto.com can survive this whole bull run and learn a lesson, because I really do enjoy using their platform. It's pretty simple for me, I guess, but it is what it is. Now, let's just go ahead and look at the charts, and here's my thoughts. We're looking at the Bitcoin daily chart. I dropped this the other day, and really, when it comes down to it, my thoughts are that we've got a clear as day ABCD corrective wave on the books. And this is what's needed for Elliott wave theory. And this is kind of my thoughts on the whole Elliott wave theory right now, I do think that this was the Elliott wave theory impulse to the upside, and this is just the retracement here. Are we in this falling wedge? Possibly. Possibly. Right now, it appears that we are in a falling wedge, which is very bullish for Bitcoin. And we're going to just pull up on the weekly chart for RSI. In case you haven't been watching this channel too much, there has been some really interesting action on the RSI for Bitcoin. And when we talk about how bullish falling wedges are, here is a falling wedge in the RSI, for example. And you guys can see that this, man, once we broke out of this falling wedge, we kind of traded sideways for like 10 minutes, and then we just rocketed off. Actually, it was longer than 10 minutes. But you guys get the drift. On the chart, it looks like 10 minutes, right? Here is the 2017-18 bull run. And really, when it comes down to it, we're kind of seeing another falling wedge. And you can see this in the RSI. Let me just tune this one up here a little bit. Bear with me. There we go. And what happened? Well, we saw this bear market happen. Price just shot up. So we can see 2 examples of this happening. Now, what the hell is going on right now? Well, we got the same exact thing happening. Is history going to repeat itself, folks? Well, that's the $1 million question, really. But right now, RSI, the strength of Bitcoin, is holding up. And so when I'm saying I think that we're getting out of the woods, damn it, I think we're going to get out of the woods here quite soon. People need to understand that getting rid of FTX was one of the most bullish things since we hit all-time highs a year ago, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. This is the weekly chart. When is this going to happen? Well, I mean, shit, it might not be till January that we see prices start to exit this falling wedge here with Bitcoin. It is what it is. Let's move on over to ICP and see what's going on there. Because ICP is really flirting hard with this $4 level. Full disclosure, I have a huge bag of ICP. Let's look at this. Let's just take a quick glance at this. So right now with ICP, this price action is somewhat far from the Ichimoku cloud. I do think that if price needed to move down, it very well could move down. Getting back to the whole falling wedge thing, if this candle sticks here, and really we don't dip any lower than $3.54 within the next 5 hours, ICP will be in this falling wedge pattern. Super bullish pattern to be falling in. And it does mean that the price could potentially go down a little bit lower. It means that. Where might we see it? Well, $3 if prices continue to kind of just go blah. And like I said, this is looking like January, February, somewhere in there, that we could be seeing something like this. Let's look at the daily and just see what's going on here. What do we got? Well, some people are thinking that we do have some sort of Wyckoff pattern here. I will draw up a chart of that. It just takes too long to draw up a chart right now. But I also agree that there could be some sort of head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders pattern that is forming. I would love to see this. And we could see something like this occur with ICP. It is what it is. Let's look at this on the weekly chart. I just want to see one thing. Yeah, so you guys see what I'm saying here. Bear with me. Let's just look at this at a super high level on like a 4-hour chart and really try to figure this thing out. So on the last video I did, I think after this whole crash happened, I was talking about how we were going to see some sort of flag appear here, and it looks like a flag is indeed appearing. Typically when you see these flags appear, it's an indication that the previous trend will continue. Hopefully not. When we look at the threat of FTX and what it did to the crypto communities across the world, that threat has been kind of taken care of, and there's going to be fallout. There's going to be a lot of fallout that happens. We might see an exchange or two crush or go bankrupt here over the next few days, but I really do believe that the worst of the worst could possibly be over, and I hate to say that. I'm going to knock on some wood right now. But it is what it is. So thanks again, everybody, for watching the video. If you're new to this channel, I appreciate your subscription. If you guys could smash that like button. Also, at the end at the end screens, if you want to check out some of the shady things that FTX was doing to competitors like ICP and Ronin Network, Axie Infinity, I will leave a video in the end screen for you to watch. We'll see you guys all in the next video.